So I know it's been said already, but I just wanted to say once again, Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the room. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd like to start off just by acknowledging that I know that this day isn't exactly a joyous day for everybody. You know, many people are good fathers and role models and father figures in their lives, but there's also a lot of mixed feelings in this for this day as well. And not everyone has had a father in their life, or not everyone has had a wholesome relationship with their father. So I want to acknowledge that as well. But it's still an important day, I think, to talk about fathers. Talking about fathers is important. Fathers are important, more than I think that we often recognize or give them credit for. I don't know if this is true, but I was watching this comedian, and he was doing this whole bit on how Father's Day is like number 20 in the list of holidays. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he said. And he was like, I can't even think of 19 other holidays besides Father's Day. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I hope it's not true, but it might be, because I kind of believe it. For me, becoming a father changed my life. It's a big deal. I can't compare it to the experience that mothers have, pouring their whole body and their soul and their life into creating a child within themselves and taking care of that child when it comes out. But even still, I remember when the twins came and I became a father, my life never was the same again. And it's really changed my perspective. I can't imagine not being a father now, and all the growth and experience that has happened over the last 13 years to be able to stand before you as the person I am now wouldn't be the case without my kids. They've shaped the person that I am. And I think that fathers, our concept around fathers has kind of evolved a lot over the years. And in the past, if you could be a good provider for your family, if you could go and you could work and you could make money and you could put food on the table and a roof over your head, then a lot of times the value of a father came from being able to do that thing. And whether the degree to which you could do that could sometimes define how good of a father you were, or at least maybe in the eyes of others, but maybe in our own eyes too. Like, how much am I able to provide for my family could also have an impact on how I feel as a father. Am I being a good father? Am I not being a good father? But one way or another, regardless, it was often the way that fathers were viewed or valued in the past. And in some ways, that was, by being able to be the provider and the breadwinner and the money maker for the family, it could provide a sense of purpose, right? Like, this is my role in the family. This is what I can offer. This is what I can contribute. But unfortunately, sometimes it became like a sort of like an entitlement. Unfortunately, like, well, I'm the one, making the money. I'm the one putting the food on the table. I deserve your respect. You have to listen to me. You can't argue with me. I'm right. And this, I think, unfortunately, has kind of created some problems in the past. But it's not the way that God intentioned for fathers and families to be. And I've got a couple quotes I wanted to share. One first from our founder, Reverend Moon. He said, "Children follow their father and mother's example. So please attend and worship God properly in your home. Show your children that their father is a man of prayer. Let them know that their father is serving God and living for the sake of others. Through this, you lay the foundation so that your children unconsciously will come to respect and admire you." So respect and admiration We sometimes think, oh, because I work hard, then I should be respected and admired. But it doesn't work like that. We can put food on the table, we can provide all the physical means for our families, but respect and admiration must be earned. It must be a byproduct of the efforts that we make in our homes to take care of our families, not just making money, which is important. We need that in this world, but it's not enough by itself. Here's something from 1 Peter. Be shepherds of God's flock that is under your care, watching over them, not because you must, but because you are willing, as God wants you to be, not pursuing dishonest gain, but eager to serve, not lording it over those entrusted to you, but being examples to the flock. So I think that this is a message to leaders, but also in our own homes. It's a lesson to be kept in our hearts as well. So our world is changing. I don't think I have to tell anybody that. It's obvious. But things are not the same as they used to be. And it's often the case that the dad is not always the person making the money in the home. And it's also kind of an expectation now, or maybe a elevation of consciousness, I don't know, merit of the age. But it's important that we as fathers do more than just provide for our families. We also need to be role models, and we also need to be fun. We also need to have fun with our children, and we need to be spiritual leaders. And we also need to be caretakers and protectors for the things in our society or in the world that could cause harm to our families, could cause harm to our children. These are the responsibilities of parents. These are the responsibility of fathers. And that's a lot. And that's a lot, actually. I think that it's so easy to say, oh yeah, these are the things that we should be doing, and if you're not doing it, then do better. It's easy, right? And it's easy for us as children to criticize our parents or our fathers because maybe they didn't fit all these categories or all these things that we have come to expect of fathers. But I have spoken to a lot of fathers over the years, and it doesn't make me an expert, but my feeling from the conversations that I've had in my own experience as a father is that dads usually feel they know they have a lot of responsibility. They know they have a lot of things that they want to be able to provide for their kids. And we know we don't measure up. And that is, that's very painful. That's very, we feel guilty. We feel inadequate, and I think a lot of dads feel like failures, a lot more than we assume or we think is the case. But my feeling is that a lot of dads feel like failures because we don't feel like on all these things that we know we should be doing and we want to do, that we really measure up. And so in some ways, this message is for you if you've ever felt that way, or also just for all of us to try to see our fathers and father figures in our lives, maybe from a new perspective, maybe with a little bit of compassion, that we don't get things right, and sometimes we get things a lot more wrong than we do get right, but such is life. Many of us feel that our own experience with our own fathers is maybe not quite what we wish it were. But when we look at the Bible and early Christianity, and even the early days of our own church, we recognize that it hasn't always been easy for fathers to really see the value of being at home with their families, loving their families and enjoying that important part of their life. many times the focus was on what can we do outside of the home? How much money can we go make? What adventures can we go have? What mission should we go and pursue and try to accomplish for God? And being in your home with your family wasn't maybe high on that priority list. Many times people would even be praised for, going outside of their family and doing work somewhere else. And even St. Paul, who was the foremost apostle of the early church, even he would say things like, it's better, if you have a family, then your energy is divided, right? And if possible, it's better if you stay single so you can do God's work undistracted. And I think that this kind of paved the way for lots of, missionaries and monks. And, that's, it's a beautiful thing when people devote their lives to God in that way. But I don't think that, maybe that was necessary for a time. I don't know. But I believe that a time is coming, or a time has already come, where we have to try to find a way to serve God in our families, as a family, to serve God as couples, and to find a way that in our families we can be a ministry, that we can attend God in some way. That in some ways feels a little bit more complicated, like a little bit of a higher bar, or maybe it's like it's just different, or it's unusual in a way, like we haven't really seen like missions work or spiritual work like that up until now. But I do think it's necessary. I think it's much more in alignment with what God originally hoped to see his children and his children living. And we live in a time of restoration, so we're not going to get things right. But I think that that's the direction that we would like to see future generations go in. And I think it's important that we recognize that we're not just raising our children, but we're raising our grandchildren, and we're raising future generations who are going to hopefully learn from our mistakes and hopefully inherit from our victories and the things that we've accomplished, that we've done well in our life, because we all have some of both. So I have a couple things that I want to read here, and I've never done this before, so this is kind of new for me. But I went online and I went to ChatGPT. And the last time I went to ChatGPT, it was like flooded. This was like when it was all over the news. Everybody was trying to get in on ChatGPT. And I couldn't get an account. But this time I got an account. It took like 2 seconds. And I asked ChatGPT, and you can, take this with a grain of...
You might explain what ChatGPT is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. ChatGPT is an online AI tool. So artificial intelligence, kind of, in the last year, there's kind of been a huge wave of new artificial intelligence tools available online, where you can go and you can ask it, hey, ChatGPT or whatever, write an essay for this topic in school, or they have all kinds of stuff now, like you take a little part of a picture and it says make the rest of the picture, and it'll do it for you, or redesign my living room and it'll give you a few designs, all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's just kind of at the beginning infancy phases, but it's a tool, at least at this point it's a tool that we can use to almost like interacting with a computer as if it was another person. Okay? So I asked ChatGPT, why are fathers important to a healthy society according to Unificationist teachings? Okay, this is the question I asked it. And I'm going to read you the answer word for word. According to Unificationist teachings, fathers are considered important for the well-being and stability of a healthy society. Here are a few reasons why fathers are emphasized in Unificationist teachings. 1, complementary parental roles. Unificationism emphasizes the concept of dual parental roles, where the mother and father each have distinct responsibilities in raising children. Fathers are seen as providers, protectors, and educators who bring unique qualities and perspectives to the family dynamic. They play a complementary role to mothers, contributing to the holistic development of children. 2, role modeling. Fathers are seen as crucial role models for their children, particularly for their sons. Unificationist teaching emphasizes that a father's presence and active engagement in a child's life can positively shape their character, values, and behaviors. Fathers are expected to embody qualities such as responsibility, leadership, discipline, and love, which serve as examples for their children to emulate. 3, family unity and stability. Unificationism places great importance on strong and stable families as the foundation of a healthy society. Fathers are considered essential in fostering family unity and providing a sense of stability, structure, and emotional support. Their involvement helps create a nurturing environment where children feel loved, protected, and encouraged to grow. 4, passing on traditions and values. Fathers play a vital role in passing on cultural traditions, moral values, and religious beliefs to the next generation. Unificationist teachings emphasize the importance of transmitting a legacy of faith, character, and virtues from father to child. Through their guidance and teachings, fathers help instill a sense of purpose, identity, and ethical grounding to their children. And finally, 5, marriage and gender harmony. Unificationist teachings emphasize the importance of harmonious relationships between men and women, including within the context of marriage. Fathers are seen as key contributors to fostering healthy gender dynamics, mutual respect, and partnership within families. They are encouraged to support and collaborate with mothers, promoting equality, understanding, and cooperation. It is important to note that these teachings reflect the perspective of Unificationism, a religious and philosophical worldview founded by Reverend Sun Myung Moon. Yeah. So that was ChatGPT. Put that out for us. So I'm like, dang, and that literally took 30 seconds. Like I just popped the question in, and I was like, hey, this is really cool, you know. I love that a third party, non-biased thing could look at our teachings and tell me why we value fathers in a really kind of a nice way, I thought, you know, very cool. So then I asked it to I'm sorry, this may seem lazy to me, to you, but I just thought it was really cool to try to do this at least once. I don't know, I'm not going to do this often, but I asked ChatGPT what would be some good encouraging words to share with fathers on Father's Day. So it gave me this. Once again, word for word. Happy Father's Day. Today is a reminder of the profound impact you have on your children's lives. Your love, guidance, and support make you an extraordinary dad. Being a father is a priceless gift. Your dedication and commitment to your children are truly commendable. Keep shining as a role model and hero in their eyes. Today we celebrate your unwavering strength, patience, and kindness. Your presence in your children's lives is a source of inspiration, teaching them valuable lessons and nurturing their growth. You possess the remarkable ability to make your children feel safe, loved, and cherished. Your unconditional love provides them with a solid foundation to explore the world with confidence. Your role as a father goes beyond just providing for your family. You are a source of stability and comfort, and your love creates beautiful memories that will last a lifetime. Your children are incredibly fortunate to have a dad like you. Your wisdom, guidance, and gentle guidance help shape their dreams and aspirations. You are an integral part of their journey. As a father, you embody strength, compassion, and resilience. Your unwavering support and belief in your children's abilities fuel their determination to chase their dreams fearlessly. Today, we honor your tireless efforts, sacrifices, and dedication as a father. Your love is a beacon of light that illuminates their path towards a brighter future. Your love knows no bounds, and your presence brings immeasurable joy to your children's lives. Your role as a father is truly irreplaceable and worth celebrating every single day. Happy Father's Day to an incredible dad. Your impact extends far beyond this special day. Embrace the beautiful journey of fatherhood, knowing that you are making a profound difference in your children's lives. Remember, the love and support you give to your children are priceless gifts. Cherish the moments, embrace the journey, and continue being the amazing father that you are. Happy Father's Day. Set. I feel kind of teared up, but it feels really strange because that was written by a computer. I don't know. But I do believe that all those things are true. And I hope that if you're a father in the audience today, that you can take those things to heart. And if there's a father or father figure in your life, I hope that this can be a moment of perspective, and you can take today to express appreciation for the efforts that they've made. I don't think I need to say that, our fathers weren't perfect and maybe have made a lot of mistakes. But you'll find when you become a father yourself, you will be surprised how many mistakes you make along the way, and you will hope for the same grace that your children will show you that you are willing to express to your own family. So please join me in prayer. Good morning, our dearest Heavenly Parent, Heavenly Father. Thank you for this moment where we can come together to be reminded of the value of fathers in our lives. And also kind of a reminder too that we all have experienced some pain and heartache in our lives because this world is not the world that you intended it to be. And as a loving father, you wanted us to all experience loving parents in our lives and a loving families and loving society to grow up in. And we haven't experienced that. There's so much pain and suffering. And every person here has some level of pain and hurt in their hearts because of their family situations, their fathers, or lack of. And I pray, Heavenly Parent, that as you ultimately are our Father, our Heavenly Parent, more than anyone else, that we can really seek healing within your fatherly heart and your motherly heart, that we can become whole human beings. And as we become parents and as we experience that in our own lives, that we can strive to build upon what has been done before us, that we can always try our best to be better parents, to be better fathers, to leave a better legacy, and to leave something for our future descendants and generations to be able to benefit from and build off of, Heavenly Parent. I'm grateful for every father in this room who tries their hardest with what they have to be good fathers, to be good dads, to love their kids and their grandkids. And it's truly a testimony to the love and heart that you've planted in each and every single one of us. I thank you and I offer this prayer in my name, Michael and Donia Hendrick, a blessed central family. Amen and adieu. Thank you so much.